Please welcome Guidewire's Chief Marketing Officer, Brian Desmond.
Good morning. Good morning, Connections. Everyone awake? You sure? All right. You know what we're going to do? We're going to bring some energy into the room to start day 2. You know what we're going to do? Bring the house lights up. Yeah, everyone's going to stand. Yeah, help me out. If you can stand, please stand. So, in a Connections First, we said, let's get an Irish guy to teach everyone how to line dance in 10 minutes. And then Mike said, I don't think so. I don't think so. But we're going to do something else. What's this conference about? I love it. So we're going to say it together. And we're going to practice a couple of times, then say it together in a crescendo to wake Nashville up. This side of the room, you're going to say, power. It's there to help you out. This side of the room, you get one syllable. Don't know why. You get of. You good? This side of the room, community. That's what, 4 syllables? Okay. This side of the room, power. I love it. This side of the room, this side of the room? All right, we can do better. Second time. Power. Love it. Pretty good. You can do better. You gotta wait for that. I know you got 4 syllables, but it's pretty good. Is this the 3rd time? I forget. All right, one more time. Awesome. I love it. You can sit down now. Power of community. Power of community. What a fantastic way to start day 2. All right. Tonight, we got the best party ever at Connections happening right here in Music City at the Wild Horse Saloon in downtown Nashville. It's going to be amazing. We have costumes, clearly. I got an early start. I actually slept in this. But there's going to be prizes for the best people and the best teams with amazing outfits. So bring your cowboy or cowgirl look. If you have neon, bring neon. It's all happening tonight. So the buses start leaving at 7 p.m. from Delta Lobby A, which is right out this way, adjacent to this ballroom. Please remember to bring your ID and your Connections badge. We'll be serving the amazing Raspberry Risk cocktail, alcoholic and non-alcoholic versions all night long. It's going to be amazing. You know what else was amazing? Yesterday was amazing. What about Jane Purcell from CNA? Come on, you can do better than that. Jane Purcell from CNA. Let's go! She was amazing. Evolution. Not modernization. Evolution, not modernization. How about Reese Witherspoon? Find out where you're going. Walk with purpose to that. And some amazing mental health advice. Just suck it up. I love it. I'm going to use that to motivate my team. It's fantastic. And some amazing, some amazing breakout sessions, more than 100 of them over these 2 days of Connections. Now today, on the main stage, we're going to just keep going with fantastic storytelling. Tatiana from Definity, David Guarda from State Farm, Andrew Rose from OnStar Insurance. Fantastic stories right here. Later on this morning, we're going to have another fantastic guest speaker, Scott Hamilton. Trust me, you do not want to miss this one. Something else that happened yesterday was the amazing Guidewire keynote. Together, this community raised a new bar for P&C core platforms, with amazing new core services from Guidewire, our fantastic marketplace, with Jutro, and a point of view and a strategy about Gen AI. That sets the stage for now chapter 2 of the amazing Guidewire keynote story here today. Two aspects to this. One, our vision for Gen AI, told fantastically well by Laura Drabick, our chief evangelist. And also, you started this yesterday, the 24-hour community adventure demo designed and built, hopefully, overnight. Here to tell us that story is Aubrey Kipp, the amazing Aubrey Kipp from Guidewire.
All right, thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. Are we still alive? Our team is somewhere between alive and somewhere else, but we made it. Listen, we had an audacious goal to do something we've never done at Guidewire before, and I'm excited to tell you the adventure that this community has been part to help us build. Quick recap. Yesterday, you voted, and you voted on a selection, a brand, a line of business, a policy or a buyer's interaction. And then we also built out an integration we'll talk about more using the Built by Guidewire program. And I tell you, it's exciting to see the core being put to work, and it's exciting to have you all as part of this journey. I want to just give a hand clap to our developers and solution development team. Yep, John Farley, Jose Mendez, JC, and our team lead, Dimitri, that are here with us today. We were in a situation room last night, literally, that they built for us upstairs. It was amazing, and it was just powerful to watch the team break through situation after situation. It was like a go live that I've been with many of you. I've bumped in the hall where we've go live and you're working through the night. It was exciting, though, to see it done with these core services. Diego mentioned yesterday these core services working through platform, application, content. And these are working really to make your implementation go faster, reduce the time. We understand how important that is, that implementations go fast. We leverage these core services and the tooling that they enable to really do something special. We're excited to share it with you. So I want to consolidate this all down into one word if you don't remember anything. It's faster. We want to go live faster. We want to build new products faster. We want to go to market faster. We want new integrations faster. We want to innovate. Can somebody in this beautiful community just shout faster? So, to show you how we've done something we've never done before, faster than we've ever done before, I want you to help me invite to the stage our chief digital architect, designer, Julie Sturmer. She comes forward. We promoted overnight. Let's give her a warm round of applause. Come on, Julie. Woo! Wait.
First of all, I have to thank you for the promotion. I hope Diego's taking notes out there somewhere.
Julie, where's the coffee at?
So I cannot believe that Brian missed the opportunity to get another sponsorship because we certainly drank enough Red Bull last night to get one.
All right, right on. Listen, Julie, let's dive right into it. What is the first thing we had to do? Let's invite the community in. What's the first thing we had to do to get this app built?
Obviously, the first thing we did was go to Guidewire Marketplace to download the Go product line of business that you selected yesterday, which of course was US Personal Auto. And as you can see on JC's screen here, we immediately loaded it into Advanced Product Designer, just as many of you have done with many, many lines of business. So then we could not only sync it to Policy Center and have that line of business in there, we also automatically created the REST APIs that we would need for both our digital and for our integration use cases.
This is really important for the community, especially for old timers here. This used to take us 6 to 8 weeks to get a line of business deployed. Julie, the team took how long?
2 minutes?
Yep.
Maybe less. 2 minutes, yeah.
Awesome. Now, the community chose the Haven brand. Talk to us about how we were able to bring that brand together.
So as the volunteered product manager for this, the first thing, of course, I'm going to tell you is that every great digital experience starts with a great UX design. So as we're seeing here on the computer, we started with the Haven designs in Figma, which immediately gave them exactly the information they needed to create these digital experience. And Dimitri, I think it made your development even easier, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So it makes our life as developer much easier because we can concentrate on the technical details, technical logic, leaving the rest to the professionals, UX designers, business owners, which makes also, by the way, the potential rework much less. And by the way, I can also confess, as part of the Innovation Labs, we have an access to all the innovative solutions and working with innovative solutions here at Guidewire, including the Utro editor. And Utro editor allowed us to copy Figma designs directly into the editor.
Loving the love for Utro editor.
Awesome, awesome. Now, disclaimer right now before we get ready to get into software, and I want you to talk about Jutro. Listen, the polished presentations, that was yesterday.
Yeah, that's not happening today.
This is live. We didn't do no big rehearsal, so you're gonna see live software. We wanted it that way. Now, Julie, let's highlight. Yesterday with Diego, you actually built one live Jutro web application on the screen. But for this overnight, the team built 5.
That's true. Let's switch to Utro web apps, which we saw yesterday. So the team was actually able to create 5 separate web experiences. One is a standalone that represented the insurer's website, and then 4 micro front ends, all of them starting from application templates, which is what gave us that jump start. Because we already had that content out of the box, we really just had to focus on building the mock insurer website.
Awesome. I mean, so this is really powerful, Julie. We defined these micro front ends once, but we can reuse them anywhere, everywhere.
Absolutely. We could take these same micro front ends, embed them in a legacy portal, or even in producer engage, as we saw yesterday.
All right, good. All right, so family, that's the backdrop. Let's just dive right into the software. Julie, take us through.
Great. So production teams, switch to the other computer.
Yep.
Like I said, we didn't even have a chance to rehearse with them. And we'll see the quote flow.
Awesome.
And that's computer 2. Thanks. Okay, so there's the actual running software. So this is that standalone application we just talked about. Now, you saw in the designs, if you've ever worked with a product manager, they always want a little bit more. And one of the things that I asked for was a recommendation engine so I could do some upsell. So what you're seeing in the lower corner there is from our partner Zelrose, their recommendation engine, using AI to help understand what the customer has purchased and make recommendations.
This is really awesome. This was actually built by Zelrose, and shout out to that team that came into our situation room. This is an example, Julie, of us being able to quickly and easily integrate with third-party InsurTech marketplace providers really fast.
And it's the power of our whole ecosystem as well.
Awesome. All right, let's step through the quote.
Okay, so you can see they're recommending because she has the policyholder has a homeowner's policy. Let's get a quote. Now, when they click that button, that's one of our micro front ends. So it's immediately jumped into the micro front end, similar to what we saw yesterday on the screen. And we can click through.
Awesome. Another integration here, Julie, that was done in the last 24?
Yes, I didn't even ask for this one, but the team decided to build an integration out to a VIN lookup. So you saw again, when they pasted that in there, it immediately filled in all of the vehicle information through them.
I was watching Dimitri build this. It is just insane. I mean, it's really, it was amazing how he was able to build this so fast. Let's talk about our APD here that we talked about in the beginning. This is bringing coverages over.
Yes, so we talked about Advanced Product Designer driving the design. Here you can see everything here came from Advanced Product Designer. And when the insurance product managers decide they want to make changes, that flows through to the UI as well, including all the rules which drive things like the suggestions that you see on the page, as well as dependency between coverages.
Right, awesome. All right, so we're getting ready into the good stuff with the payments.
Let's keep going.
Right.
So my second ask as a product manager was that I needed a simple and, more importantly, an online purchasing option for my customers. And I challenged the team, and they came back with a built by Guidewire integration to OneInk.
Awesome. Julie, also, we're calling out to Billing Center here. Right, we're getting all payment plans here from Billing Center. This came with the template. We didn't have to do any additional work. That was amazing.
Right, that dropdown had the whole list of payment options and payment plans that came directly from Billing Center. Now, we're seeing the UI part of this, but this integration goes very broad. All of you who've done credit card integrations know how difficult it is to get PCI compliance, to get it exactly right. This impacts charging your customers. And so the value of Built by Guidewire is that we've taken all that complexity, encapsulated it for you, and just made it available, not just the first time, but through the maintenance lifecycle as well.
Awesome. Shout out to the Built by Guidewire program and team.
Here's my favorite part.
Yep. Are we ready? Woohoo! It worked. Somebody say it worked. Wow, awesome.
And Dimitri loves the confetti, so we had to have some confetti in there too. So let's go back to the landing page and we'll see that policy again.
Awesome, now
And
we
there
got
it
two
is.
policies here. Awesome, and then I see the recommendation refreshing down at the bottom. That's probably going to give us an updated recommendation.
Yeah, so the Zelros engine, now that we've bought the auto policy, will give us a new recommendation for that.
Wow, this is incredible. This is really, really incredible.
Oh, we need to talk about data.
We sure do need to talk about data, right? So one of the things I want to highlight, when Diego was here yesterday, he had Gall provision the new environments, self-service. This is really powerful capability that's going to allow and enable speed. But we wanted data to be a part of the family, not an afterthought. So when he did that provisioning, data got provisioned automatically. If we can switch to JC, we just quickly want to show you that data sets got automatically provisioned, and now they're being surfaced so we can send them to Explore. Also, this new line of business, custom configuration, is automatically being provisioned into Data Studio, and now we can start surfacing that. We got a sandbox with a bunch of different products. This new product is now available for us to see data and insight into what we've started to build.
Exactly, that's the power of the platform. Because we started the line of business in APD, we automatically get these data sets created for us in Explorer. And as much as I would like to take credit for what the team did, this was free. We didn't do anything to get this.
This is really awesome. It's just free. This just came with our provisioning once we launched and stood up the environment. So now, from day one, you have a system of record turned into a system of insight, right? I think this was awesome, right? Awesome.
The team is amazing.
So listen, we were gonna dance on if we were gonna show legit, true story. In the Situation Room, they had a fridge packed with Red Bull, right? And we didn't get the chance to burn through all of them, but we burned through a little bit of them. So Julie, I think we got a little bit of inspiration, right? Something cool actually happened.
So again, if you've ever worked with a product manager, you know we're 50% cheerleader and 50% taskmaster. We finished a little early, and the devs were going to run out to one of those cool partner parties last night, and I was like, no. We got some extra time. Let's build one more thing. Because we have an amazing out-of-the-box F&OL template, actually built by the claims team on top of Jutro Digital Platform.
Yes.
It's like, let's just take the out-of-the-box template, we'll brand it, and then we can show it quickly on stage, just to get a little more credit.
So let me translate that. You guys voted for policy and quote and buy, but because of the ease of the platform and the services and templates available, we also built claims last night. Can we just show it real quick? I think.
Let's get Dimitri to come up and show it. You guys are tired of hearing
this is
from
really
me.
awesome, right? So.
Thank you, Aubrey.
Yeah,
Welcome to
come
the
on, come on in the
stage.
middle,
Yeah,
please.
right front and center.
So Dimitri, tell us how you were able to build claims fast.
First of all, thank you for choosing personal auto. It's very common for that.
Dimitri is actually annoyed because in demos, everybody says, why do you show personal auto? It's so simple. And then you all chose personal auto.
I'm sorry.
Right.
It was not my choice. I would vote for pets. But anyway, because you have chosen personal auto, we can leverage the power of our content library. And with Innsbruck, you are getting several templates, which were mentioned yesterday during the keynote. One of those templates is the personal auto quote, and another is first notice of loss for the personal auto as well. So what we have done, we just created the new application on the Utro Digital platform, leveraging this template, and that's what you can see here on the screen. Easy. Just a little bit branded for the Haven brand. But that's it.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, Dimitri, for the community, this works on mobile as well?
Absolutely. And again, we have not done anything. This template is coming with responsive design, which you can use on any device. And you can also use it as part of the different application embedded in your website, embedded in the Enterprise Engage. And one more thing, again, in our second thing. So if we go to the claims we just created, first of all, we are also leveraging some other cloud services we have on the Guidewire Cloud platform. One of those mentioned yesterday, workflow service. So we can start STP. Depending on the rules business users are creating, it could be full STP until the closure of the claim, or we can just create a service request and assign this to the particular vendor. That's what we have done here. Plus, another our community partner, Smart Communications. So using Smart Communications, it was absolutely easy to embed it here, and reacting on the first notice of loss, we are creating the acknowledgement letter. And this acknowledgement letter was also branded by the Haven brand. If they can open it.
This is
So shortcut, we did everything you asked for, and they did some more too. I went to bed.
And what I wanted to mention, so you have seen several integrations we have created. We have done with Elvors, we have done the One Ink, we have done with Smart Communication. And because most of them were built by our Build by Guidewire program, it gives us the possibility not only to do it fast, we can do it faster. We can not only easy to integrate, but we can easy innovate.
very good. Dimitri, tell the community where they can find you.
Good point. So what we have shown you is actually not everything we have created last night. So we have a ton of other things. Right. So we are going to be together with the team at our digital booth. So if you have any questions, if you want to have a deep dive, please come and visit us.
All right, beautiful. Thank you so much. Can we give another round of applause to this great development team? Thank you, Dimitri.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. Awesome. I hope you get the power of Guidewire community, connecting to external providers, leveraging these core services so that we can do development faster than we've ever done before. We want to innovate faster than we've ever innovated before. This was a blast. Thank you for having us this morning. And it's going to be my privilege now to actually bring Laura Drabik, and she's going to take us a little bit further on this power as we talk about generative AI. Greetings, everyone. Laura, how are you?
I'm doing great, but you had me on pins and needles last night about whether you could pull this off, but clearly you could.
All right.
But where are all the caffeinated beverages? I couldn't even get a Diet Coke or a Red Bull anywhere in the hotel.
Listen, I will neither affirm nor deny their location.
They're in there, in the belly.
All
Thanks,
right,
Aubrey.
thank you, Laura.
Hello, Nashville. Welcome to our session on harnessing the power of generative AI. You know, I think it's only befitting that our creative team actually used generative AI to generate photos of me for the title slide. So they actually started off with the prompt of Picasso Laura, and yeah, clearly that wasn't gonna work. So they then tried empowered Barbie Laura, but the Gen AI came back with basement Barbie Laura instead. So the creative team, notice I'm saying creative team a lot here to give them credit for their work. They finally settled on Nashville Laura, where the generative AI made me look like an older female version of Willie Nelson. Thank you, creative team. Love you. Okay, so Mike said in his keynote yesterday that generative AI, it's transformative for insurance. And with relevant application of it and of artificial intelligence, generative AI could add up to 1.1 trillion, that's with a T, dollars to the total value of the P&C industry worldwide. But where does that value lie in the insurance life cycle, and what are the most useful and productive use cases for our carriers? From our investigations with analysts and with you, our customers, we hear that generative AI can add value in 3 key areas. Analyzing claims data to provide product insight into new revenue opportunities or to proactively prevent losses. Generating code to automatically create new lines or just tweak existing ones. And synthesizing and simplifying data. So agents, underwriters, and adjusters, they're all provided with a big picture view of their risk on demand. Now, regardless of where the business opportunity lies, we believe generative AI is not about replacing people. Unlike the comments that were posted to my LinkedIn post on generative AI, these are actually the comments. By the way, the fan favorite comment was that lawyers go first. It is about augmenting existing workflows so employees can do the job they were hired to do better, quicker, and more accurately. Guidewire allows you to quickly get business value from generative AI by combining platform capabilities like you heard about yesterday, like Advanced Product Designer and Workflow Designer with brand new features. Now, the 3 themes we're going to focus our generative AI product vision on are process intelligently, configure faster, and accelerate insight. Okay, so now I'm going to loosen up a bit here. I'm going to demonstrate a few of our generative AI future features integrated into Guidewire. Allow me to introduce you to Future State Insurance Company, a standard lines carrier looking to grow their commercial lines revenue to offset the decline in personal lines auto. The demo you are about to see, it's the theme of today and yesterday. It's live, completely live, and to prove that it's not smoke and mirrors, let's pan to our demo team who are driving it while wearing their Barbie-inspired Future State t-shirts that I personally designed for them. You're welcome. A brief caveat before we begin. What you're going to see is a combination of existing platform capabilities and those visionary Gen AI future features that are going to have different release schedules. Let's begin. Streaming live is the first of our 3 demo episodes. Identify new revenue opportunities, which begins with our BOP, Business Owner Policy, product owner, Bonnie. She's leveraging a near real-time data stream in Data Studio to understand what's happening in the carrier's business. Now, Bonnie doesn't have to wait for a report to be created by IT. She can query the data now herself. Bonnie types in the business question, prepare list of declined claims by account for the year. Bonnie's looking for product opportunities by finding product holes. Data Studio converts that question to SQL and returns a list of accounts. Aviator Pizza rises to the top of the list. This is data. This is not insight. So Bonnie publishes the data set that we just created in Data Studio to Explore. Let's transition now to Explore. Bonnie leverages the Gen AI chat feature and types in the request, display top loss causes. Explore displays the loss causes, and she discovers, lo and behold, cyber is actually causing the highest number of losses. Now, Future State doesn't currently offer cyber liability, but it could. And Bonnie sees this as a new commercial lines opportunity when it's added as a coverage to the BOP line. So she kickstarts the addition of this new cyber liability coverage using our product generator. Our product generator, it leverages generative AI to create product mappings from policy documents. That is a super useful tool for requirements gathering. Bonnie uploads a standard cyber liability document into the product generator. The generative AI, it kicks into action, and it's extracting all that coverage data. The cyber liability coverage is added to the visual representation of BOP. Notice cyber's at the top, and then expanded on the right-hand side of the screen. The human auditor, Bonnie, confirms the coverage is added correctly, and then finishes off adding the coverage details in our advanced product designer. Behind the scenes, she also adds rating details using cloud rating. Cyber liability, it's now available for sale on the BOP line. And that ends episode number 1, where we demonstrated real-time data insight and, of course, automatic product generation. Episode number 2, it's just like Netflix. Like how I watch Netflix. I stream them one after the other. Agent as advisor. What we hear from you, our customers, is that captive agents, they stick to selling coverages that they're comfortable with. And one of our standard lines carriers told us that 80% of their commercial lines business is only sold through 20% of their captive agents due to lack of agent comfort with the line. Let's change that. Let's support the agent through an internal assistant approach. The captive agent, Archie, he's using our new Jutro agent experience. I think it looks amazing, but clearly I am biased. He uses his assistant to look for quoting opportunities for the new cyber liability coverage that we just added in episode 1. The internal assistant was trained on, this is cool, so you're gonna have to listen, data sourced from our own science model 6 and also policy forms. It identifies Aviator Pizza as one of the top accounts to target, so he navigates to the account. Because Archie is new to selling cyber liability coverage, he's going to ask a couple of newbie questions like, what's the benefits of cyber liability? He can use this response to sell the benefits of cyber to Aviator Pizza. And then he's going to ask another one, what's excluded? To provide even more support for Archie, our assistant invokes logic in Policy Center, creating a draft change endorsement, adding the cyber coverage. To highlight the conductor of this process, we're going to transition into Policy Center. We're going to access the draft change endorsement that the assistant triggered. Note the change in the cost. Now let's go and issue this change endorsement. Cyber coverage is now added to Aviator Pizza's BOP policy. That ends episode number 2, where we demonstrated an internal advisor and, oh yeah, automatic creation of change endorsements. Episode number 3 and our season finale, deliver expert claims service. Gen AI, it's the great skill leveler. When it's integrated into a modern insurance platform, it raises workers to the top tiers of their performance. In this scenario, our claims adjuster, Claire, is new to adjudicating cyber liability. I mean, let's cut her some slack, right? We just added it in scenario number 1 like 5 minutes ago. Before Claire even sees a cyber claim, the future state claims BA leveraged our workflow designer to create a workflow to automate portions of the cyber liability claim. Automating an entire cyber claim is not realistic. We focus on automating manual, redundant activities like initial exposures, reserves, and activities, so Claire can focus on more complex activities that require human intelligence and empathy. From her desktop in Claims Center, Claire sees a manual review activity for Aviator Pizza. She clicks on the activity, and immediately comes up to speed on the claim by reviewing the AI-generated description, which highlights all key events that occurred on this file. Empowered with this knowledge, Claire jumps into the claim summary for Aviator Pizza, and she sees from the summary that the reserve is currently set at $10K. Now remember, Claire is new to adjudicating cyber, so she's going to use her internal assistant to help her understand what her next action is. We're then going to return a list of similar claims, and she's going to navigate to the Pizza Not claim. After a quick review of Pizza Not's timeline, she sees that the adjuster has increased the reserve to $20K, up from the initial $10K. Claire now knows what her next action is on Aviator Pizza, so she navigates back to the file and confirms her decision to increase the reserve using the internal assistant. Claire then navigates to the reserve screen and manually increases the reserve to $20,000. The history of all significant events that occur on this file, they're captured on this timeline. That ends episode number 3, where we demonstrated, AI-generated claim summary, a visual timeline, and of course, a visual assistant. Whew. Oh man, I'm tired. That was a lot. I could use one of those caffeinated beverages. Thanks, Aubrey. So the future features that we demonstrated, you're going to see them highlighted on the slide behind me. In all 3 episodes, dashes of generative AI were integrated into Guidewire, augmenting workflow so that employees can do their jobs better, quicker, and more accurately. Generative AI, it's set to revolutionize our industry over the next decade. With the right preparation and, of course, platform, Guidewire is going to help you harness its power. Now, before you leave, lastly, my demo team and I would like to thank you for attending our session. We leave you with our last AI-generated slide. Make sure you stand by your little Barbie. Please remember to visit our Gen AI booth at the product launch. Thank you.
Great job. Great job. Thanks. Wow, that was phenomenal. That was audacious, in fact. Fantastic demo, great perspective on the impact of AI. I love it. All right, I wanted to remind you that you can visit with all of our amazing experts from Guidewire and our partners downstairs. All of the demos that you've seen live here on the main stage, you can access them in the Partner Pavilion. We also have experts specifically on the keynote. They're wearing blue baseball caps with Ask Me on it. I didn't come up with that. And Innsbruck on the back. So be sure to seek out our experts for that. Okay, we are showcasing customer stories all week here at Connections. And I'm super excited to introduce our next speaker, Tatiana Lalkovic, who we saw here on the main stage yesterday. Tatiana is one of the leaders leading the digital transformation at Definity Insurance, a leader in the Canadian market and a Guidewire customer since 2014. She is an impassioned leader that believes in building energized teams to get after it every single day to drive insurance forward and execute Definity's strategy in the Canadian market. It's a phenomenal story that she's going to tell here on the stage. She also serves on the board of the Centre of the Study for Insurance Operations in Canada, a standards group that keeps improving insurance in the local market. And she also serves on the board of a non-for-profit in Canada that is responsible for integrating skilled immigrant labor into the Canadian workforce. In 2023, she won the CIO of the Year Award, the Orby Award in Canada. At Guidewire, she's known as a trusted leader who we depend on for straightforward and honest feedback to help us improve. Please join me in giving a warm Connections welcome to Tatiana Lalkovic.
Good morning, everyone. How is everyone enjoying Connections? What's not to love when you have a team that builds an app overnight? Or listening to Reese Witherspoon speak yesterday? Fake it until you make it. Let me tell you, when I told my family that I will be speaking at the Connections, they thought that's pretty cool. But what really generated excitement with my kids was this picture at the Guidewire Connection site. Well, that was circulated amongst all of their friends with a caption, "My mom and Reese hanging out at the insurance conference in Nashville." Anyways, do you know the name of the song that just played? It's Adventure of the Lifetime. And I feel, not only that I really love listening to it, but I feel that it's so appropriate when I reflect on Definiti's journey over the past years. So let me share with you the story of this remarkable journey that wasn't always the smooth sailing, but successful voyage, nevertheless, that I'm really excited to be part of. So first, a little bit about Definity. We are the parent company to some long-standing and most innovative P&C insurance brands in Canada. And we started 150 years ago with neighbors helping neighbors to protect what matters the most to them. And from the day one, our focus was to make the better world by helping our customers and communities. We like to think of ourselves as 150-year-old startup, reflecting on the proven record of innovation and agility. Now, let me tell you something even more interesting. In 2021, at the Toronto Stock Exchange, we rang the bell to second largest IPO in history of Canada, and the largest that year. How cool is that? Leading to that, we needed to demutualize first, and since we were the first P&C company in Canada to demutualize, we had years of work to do with regulators and government, and we had to build tremendous amount of technology capabilities to get there. That was a really proud moment for us. But let's rewind 7 years back. Our president and CEO, Ron Saunders, came on board, and he set a bold vision, one that required us to perform very differently. As a matter of fact, he spoke at Guidewire Connections, and he shared his vision about large business, technology, and cultural innovation that required us to become a leading Canadian P&C insurer and digital leader in the space. So he identified that investment in digital capabilities is going to be key to us achieving our ambition. So we had our work cut out for us, and we set the sail. I love this video. It always makes me proud of our teams and everything that they accomplished over the past years. Over the past 3 years, we experienced tremendous growth, build significant technology capabilities, and build industry-recognized culture. And I think that was key for us. But let me share with you a sea of our achievements. Yesterday, we were honored with the 3rd Guidewire Innovation Award. This is something that we are incredibly proud of, because in 2020, we recognized to achieve our ambition of digital leadership, the only way to get there was to migrate and take the cloud-first strategy to our heart and migrate our digital platforms. So, in 2022, we became the first P&C insurance company in Canada to migrate the full insurance stack to Guidewire Cloud. Since then, we have seen tremendous benefit that we delivered to our business. And those benefits were not only from the commercial perspective, which is obviously important, but also resiliency and scale, agility and productivity, and innovation. But one thing that I like the most is that this summer, we updated to the latest version of Guidewire. Over the weekend, delivered whole set of new capabilities to our business without any additional investment, any disruption to our business, no big upgrades. How cool is that? Another thing that we are really proud of, we migrated our data platform to Google Cloud. And one of the things, we started this journey by forming a new partnership and relationship with Google Cloud. And we came together to accelerate innovative personalized insurance solutions. We did that in industry record time, under 1 year. We were under the gun. We had to get off the legacy platform, and we had a firm date that we needed to meet. So I'm so proud of our team for doing that. But the key difference in our approach in migrating data was that we didn't make it only about technology transformation. We started with the design thinking sessions with our business, and we came up with a series of use cases that we delivered along the way. And I'll tell you a little bit about that. Well, you heard from Laura. The table stakes to leverage the benefits of generative AI, and yes, I said it, every presentation has to have it, is to be on cloud, really. And so I'm really pleased that a couple of months ago, we launched one of the first meaningful generative AI use cases in insurance in Canada. We delivered call summarization to our call center agents. And in the first 2 weeks, we've seen 2 minutes call time savings. And you would say, okay, Tatiana, 2 minutes? That's not a lot. Well, when you aggregate that across all of our calls, all of our agents, throughout the year, it's a significant saving and time back that we gave to our call center agents to spend on higher value activities, like delivering great customer experience. So we are really, really excited about that. And finally, earlier this year, we launched a unique UBI product, Sonnet Shift. So this is the first product in Canada that enables quarterly adjustments to our customers based on the recent driving records. And we deliver it coupled with gamified mobile experience to encourage them to drive safer. So we believe that was real difference for us to see the product success in the market and adoption. So one of the Canadian journalists said, DFI stands, of course, for Definity, but it may as well stand for Defy. So how did we accomplish so much in a short period of time? We believe that there are 3 principles that guided us throughout this journey and are key to our success. Number 1, make the business problem your true North Star. Number 2, sail further with your partners on board. And last but not least, build impact-inspired crew. So let me break this down for you. So what do I mean by make the business problem your true north? First, we change how business and technology work together and truly build the culture of us working together as one team and with a key focus, solve the business problem, innovate. And the second, which is also very important, we were not afraid to try new things. Try, iterate, build quick pilots, and test. Get the feedback from your employees. Get the feedback from your customers. Continue to improve. And you know what? Even the ideas that didn't work, they taught us something. They made the next idea so much better. So we are really, really focused on that principle. Second, sail further with your partners on board. So what do I mean by that? The key part of our strategy is digital leadership. And if you're going to be a digital leader in the industry, you gotta go fast, as Aubrey said, fast. And you need to deliver with agility and speed and cost-effective manner. And we know we can't do that all by ourselves. That's not gonna be fast. So you bring your partners along. We brought Guidewire to help us migrate to Guidewire Cloud. We brought Deloitte partners to help leverage their diverse experience in the market. We brought Google Cloud to help us with AI. And we continue to tap in the marketplace with all the accelerators that exist there. You've seen this morning, the team has built it, but they went into the cloud marketplace to accelerate their journey. Super important. So let's hear from our partners.
Definity has a very clear vision, a set of priorities, business growth and efficiency. And they share the same vision between their IT and their business.
When I look at what we've delivered, ranging from being the first digital carrier in Canada to delivering digital capability for cloud transformation, it's these individuals and their dedication and their innovation that have made this possible.
I'm personally most proud about the way that the teams have come together, leveraging and integrating with Definity's existing strategic, partner ecosystem to do something really innovative within the insurance industry together. And the way we partner with Definity to solve problems is unique and impressive.
So you see Alec, Anthony, and Dave speak how our partnerships go beyond transactional. It's what we call it long-term gain. And what comes to mind is one story. It's a story of our Guidewire Cloud migration weekend. See, we experienced the data conversion issue that night. And we started getting really worried that it's not going to make it for us to be successful in complete migration. And Guidewire team brought senior engineer Jim Sinkovich, and he had a plan. So the team asked, okay, Jim, how do you know this is going to work? And he said, because I wrote the code. So we trusted Jim, and we were successful. And I spoke to Jim only over the phone, and I truly hope that I get to meet him in person and thank him for the impact that he made that night for Definity. That is really powerful. As I said, last but not least, build an impact-inspired crew. So what do I mean by that? We all know that if you're going to undertake any major transformation or be successful in your business, you have to build talented crew. There's one more thing that we believe is so important. That is that every single team member understands the impact that their work makes towards our vision and how that work contributes to Dfinity's success and success of our industry. Our leaders spend tremendous time speaking about that, and our teams respond with an engagement and commitment. One really important story that I really love comes to mind, and that is the story of another cloud migration story, believe it or not. This is our first phase. We are migrating claims, and as luck would have it, one of the strongest storms in history of Ontario hit that weekend. So when offices and many houses lost power, our team didn't give up. They went to nearby coffee shops, used their phones, they completed migration successfully, and we were live. You see, when we have CAT event, we get 4 times more claims than usual. And with scalability of cloud, our frontline claims team was able to support our customers in the moments that truly matter. So let's hear from our team.
Partnership is very important to us. What we adopt here is the mentality of one team. We're in this together to make a difference.
The impact of partnership for our people is cross-pollination. It's cross-pollination of ideas, it's cross-pollination of thoughts, it's cross-pollination of tools and techniques, which really empowers us to dream big and to dream bold.
The collaboration within Dfinity allows us to dream about what could be. What it does is it brings trust, it brings unity, and as we work together, we have each other's back as we bring those best-in-class products and ideas to market.
I love this video. I always get inspired, and I'm excited about the journey ahead of us. So with that, I want to leave you with 3 things that we believe are key to our journey and our success. Number 1, make the business problem your true north. Number 2, sail further with your partners on board. And number 3, build an impact-inspired crew. I hope our journey inspired yours as your own horizon awaits. Thank you.
I'm going to take this. Good job. Wow, what a great story. Thank you again, Tatiana. How about another round of applause for Tatiana Lalkovic? I don't know, it's just an inspiring story. The word partnership just comes true so much in that story. It's really inspiring to everybody in this room, I think. Okay, are you ready for the second award winner of our annual Innovation Awards? Are you ready? I've got the envelope. No, I don't have an envelope. But the award winner for the second Innovation Award is Trig from Scandinavia. Congratulations. This is an amazing brand. Their combined ratio is just phenomenal. It's just a great, if you don't know about Trig, you got to look them up. But specifically, they won this year about their remarkable journey for Follow My Claim, a claim solution increasing customer satisfaction and claims efficiency. Let's take a look at their story in a short video.
Tryg is a company with very large ambitions, and I like that. We wanted to improve our customer experience and make our claims handling more efficient and provide a secure environment for our communication. So we thought we should build on whatever we have in Claim Center already out of the box and create this end-to-end communication tool. So for the last 2 years, we have enabled Follow My Claim for all of our LOBs. We have improved continuously on the product. We are receiving 34% less emails per claim, 24% less calls, because we are more proactive. We're giving them the information before they need to ask for it. What we hear from claim handlers is that they appreciate how fast and efficient and easy the communication is.
Wow, what a great story. Please join me on stage, Ulrika Birkeland from Tryg and Kushba Verma from Hexaware. Ulrika, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, Brian. On behalf of the many stars in Tryg, which you probably heard, who has been involved in this project, and this amazing core team that you can see on the screen behind me here, and of course our great implementation partner Hexaware, I want to say a heartfelt thanks, for this truly great recognition. We're so proud and excited, and we will never stop looking ahead when it comes to creating great claims solutions and customer experience. So thank you so much.
That's amazing. Well done. Well done. Another round of applause, please. Very good. Congratulations. Good job. Congratulations and well done. Okay, now we all know how important sustainability is increasingly in our society, and an obligation, a call to action, I think, for our industry. That's why we invited our next guest speaker to share State Farm's story about what they're doing to do exactly just that. State Farm have been on a 4-year journey to lead by example, really, when it comes to sustainability. And our next speaker, his name is David Guarda. Remarkably, he joined State Farm in 1993, a 30-year career in insurance and at this great brand. And he had various roles, leadership roles across underwriting and finance and IT and learning and development. In 2017, he took on a new strategic role, leading areas such as customer engagement, driving targeted growth, and leading the way forward in environmental sustainability. He's going to join us in a minute. Let's play a short video from State Farm first.
We are all here for the same reason: to help people through their most difficult times. It's why all of us, together, are always ready. Ready to leave on a moment's notice. Ready to stay as long as it takes. Ready to listen and lend a hand. Ready to make the claims process easy. Ready to be here. Ready to go there. Because when things are at their worst, State Farm is at its best. We're all here to be ready. Let's get to work.
Okay, please join me in welcoming to the stage David Guarda from State Farm.
Thank you, guys. Good morning. So I just have 2 questions to start. First is, how did Brian get a walk-up song from Dolly Parton? And second is, if I hum a few bars, will you have to pay? So hopefully, as you saw this video, you felt the power of community, and you started to see the picture of who State Farm is and why our mission matters. I'm proud to share that video and have the privilege to be able to tell our story today. As unfortunate as are some of the scenes from catastrophes, That's the reality for our customers and communities today. In fact, many of you likely have family, friends, and even yourselves whose lives have been changed due to a catastrophe. The devastation is heart-wrenching. And yet, as we know, this is happening on an increasing level in both frequency and severity due to a number of factors, including a changing climate. What was conveyed in the video is why it is so important for each of our 64,000 employees and over 19,000 agents who deliver on our mission each and every day. It's about promoting safer, stronger, more sustainable communities. At State Farm, we focus on sustainability and resilience, not to satisfy third-party expectations or to conform to external pressures to address climate change. That would just be reactive. We do so simply because it is in the best long-term interest of our customers as a whole, and their needs will always guide our path. It's clear what we're seeing in the environment today. All of you are experiencing this. It's increasingly volatile, and the impact on insurance availability and affordability is real. So what is each organization's role in this? What is our industry's role? We collectively have the opportunity to influence and change the path to more prosperous and resilient communities for years to come. And when we come together as an industry, that is when you see the theme of this week in practice. There is power in the community. With more complex and sometimes conflicting legislation and sentiment across jurisdictions, at times it can be paralyzing. And the environment is incredibly difficult to navigate if you don't stay true to your broader mission. The State Farm mission is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, to recover from the unexpected, and to realize their dreams. Yet, the changing climate is creating greater risks and greater uncertainty in the lives of our customers. And so we believe that our primary role is to have the financial strength to be there when they need us most. And that is important. It's very important. But today, that is not enough. Committing to the long-term resilience of the planet, reducing our impact on the environment, and being a good neighbor starts with us. And while our deep focus on this has really, as Brian mentioned, been in the past 4 years, this is not new to State Farm. Throughout our 101-year history, we have kept our promise through significant weather events, through significant disasters, being there to help customers recover and communities recover time and again. But today, responding is critical, but it is not enough. So State Farm is committed to sustainability and climate resilience in 4 key ways. It's reducing carbon emissions and the associated effect on the environment. It's addressing the risks associated with climate change. It's advancing climate resilience through a number of ways. Strategic partnerships, through innovation and education. And finally, it's lessening the impact of waste on the environment towards a more circular economy. Last month, the federal government just released their National Climate Resilience Framework. And it had the vision of reimagining the federal government's role in advancing climate resilience. As individual organizations like State Farm, we can enable customers to become more resilient on their own. And that's great and it's important, but it is not enough. As a collective industry and as a business community, we should also reimagine and focus our energies on climate resilience of communities as a whole, and then commit and act. But let's start with a common understanding of what resilience is. A resilient community is one that can withstand and recover from any number of challenges. It includes both the human response and the performance of the built environment. Resilience should be viewed on a continuum, not with an end state in mind. And State Farm is focusing on a few key things related to resilience. Things that you're familiar with. They're not novel, but they're critical. It's building codes, it's disaster preparedness, it's land use, advanced data capabilities, and consumer education. We believe that homes and commercial structures must be made more resilient to be able to withstand the shifting of the population. We see that towards the coasts. And State Farm and the industry is committed to ensuring that homes built and repaired today are better able to withstand catastrophes tomorrow. And that's not just to reduce damages or reduce damage costs or even to protect the environment. It's also about saving lives. Our stance is consistent with our mission, and it's supported by research. FEMA has released a research that said that for every $1 spent in investing towards conforming to the most current building codes, it saves the nation $11 in damage costs. Reducing damage also protects the environment through resilient homes, create less debris and waste that go into landfills when a catastrophe strikes. Unfortunately, only a few states have adopted the most current codes, and most don't have the resources nor the ability to implement and enforce the codes. And there's some federal movement to fund some of the code upgrades, but it needs to be more widespread to make a difference and have the benefit for all of the future generations of homeowners. The strain on society can also be mitigated through land use and land management. Governments, federal, state, and local, need to be thoughtful as to how and even whether to rebuild after a catastrophe, especially in areas most susceptible to disasters. The link between the nation's ability to rebuild and our industry's ability to help finance recovery after a catastrophe is very strong. So how can we, as a community, influence? As we look at global trends, there's several trends that are concerning to our industry. And you've seen them: rising temperatures, more infrequent severe storms. The risk management profile of our industry is changing. And while risk management is not sexy, it is at the core of an insurer's identity. And we need to build these trends into our broader strategic plans. And they need to be not siloed, and they also need to be looking broadly, not nearsighted. We also have an opportunity to advocate for more freedom in using sophisticated catastrophe models to better match price to risk. And any barrier to that will inhibit our industry's ability to best manage catastrophe risk. So how do we ensure that we're not too siloed? The key is with strategic partnerships. And that's with our own industry, with business groups, and with those that are making local decisions within their communities. When we have a united and research-supported voice, that gives us the best opportunity to influence. State Farm invests in and collaborates with a number of industry groups, and I'll highlight a couple here. IBHS is focused on real-world solutions, and a great example is their IBHS Wildfire Prepared Home program that was influential in the Western states and has been very successful. Flash is another key partner of State Farm, and they're focused on strengthening homes and safeguarding families from disasters. And the Firewise communities through the NFPA. State Farm partnered with them to create promotional materials and education materials to inspire families and communities to be better educated and to be safer from wildfires. And no doubt, many of you are already deeply engaged in many of these groups and more. And that just hammers home that there is power in the community. And while State Farm is deeply committed to protecting our neighbors, that as well is not enough. We believe that we need to take care of our own house first and then extend that to the neighborhoods that we serve. It's a responsibility we do not take lightly. And so to look at our insurance operations internally, we have a dedicated environmental sustainability team. They're highly talented, dedicated to our mission, and they influence behaviors, practices, and strategies all towards our goals. In 2021, State Farm also announced our goal of reducing our greenhouse gases by 50% by 2030. And I'm proud to say that we're well on our way to that, at a 46% reduction at the end of 2022. And we won't stop there, because what we found is reducing emissions also has a positive effect on the overall efficiency of our operations. Beyond that commitment, State Farm is making an impact in a number of other ways. We're optimizing paper use. We have reduced 140 million mailings, over 300 million sheets of paper a year, and that amounts to about 30,000 trees, for those of you keeping score at home. We also support communities through grants, and that is including things like protecting land and water sources, air quality, and most importantly, disaster preparation and recovery for unfortunate events like the Lahaina fire. We also use renewable energy, and we have that at 13 of our facilities countrywide, and the energy that is saved from that is similar to the emissions from 18,000 homes on an annual basis. We also are continuing our journey of reducing waste toward a more circular economy. We have 97% of our food services waste that is composted. We've reduced and eliminated single-use plastic water bottles in all of our campuses. And we have 2 of our distribution centers that are zero-waste facilities. So these are not insignificant steps, nor were they easy, but our customers expect it, our employees are inspired by it, the younger generation, they demand it, and it's the right thing to do. And speaking of generations, so the younger generation, if you've seen any research or you have a couple of them at home like I do, they're focused on some of the big challenges of the day, environment being one, and they expect companies like State Farm to take a part in it. This summer, we had a large group of interns in, and I heard numerous comments from them on 2 things. One is that they were pleased that State Farm was focused on sustainability, and second, that they were surprised that it was coming from an insurance company. But I kind of gave them a little secret. Insurance is pretty cool. They were pretty pleased with that. So I'm a firm believer that modeling can create behavior change. And it doesn't always work with my daughters, but stick with me on this. If we as a community can model sustainable behaviors, that will have a cascading effect on our employees, our customers, and the communities that we serve. So as I finish, I would encourage each of you to consider 3 things in each of your area of responsibility. First is, how can you build and improve your strategic partnerships to focus on the key issues of the day in our industry. Second is, how can you model sustainability within your operations and with the customers and communities that you serve? And third is, deepen your knowledge. Consider attending one of the Guidewire sessions on this topic in the coming year. So ultimately, I believe our focused efforts can both keep our promises of today and build the neighborhoods we can be proud to pass on to the next generation, my daughters included. Thank you.
Great job, Dave. Great job. Thanks. Oh, I love a few things about that. Risk management being at the core identity of insurance companies, that will stay true to me. I love the fact that State Farm is leading by example, I think, in this community. And I love the fact that insurance is pretty cool. That is it for the morning sessions. Please be sure to be back here for must-see sessions at 11 o'clock. Thank you, everybody.